Hello, Pat Norman here with your daily motivation. Have you ever given any thought to what your perspective is on life? How do you go about living life? Do you live it from a positive perspective? Or are you a negative person walking around always seeing the glass half empty instead of half full? There's so many images that have been out there over the years that people will look at things and say, oh, yeah, I see the number 6, or no, I see the number 9, or I see a real happy person in this image that you're showing me, or no, I see a grumpy old man. What your life perspective is how you see things and how you go about handling relationships and approaching different problems and um, sometimes people have the perception that everything has to be the way they want it to be, that they have a certain cookie cut format that they want life to be. And if you don't fit within that cookie cut format, you don't belong in their lives. There are a few things that are absolutely all right or all wrong. There's always two sides to the story. And it behooves most of us to try and see what both sides actually are. Because from either side, both people are right. I'm seeing it from one perspective and you're seeing it from another. We're both right on our own perspective. There's over 7 billion people in the world, and all of them seeing things differently. So you know that this is going to cause a lot of conflict, a lot of disagreements. We may want things that, there are also things that don't even affect what it is that you're thinking about, but because somebody else says something about it, it'll trigger something within you. You need to make sure that just as others' perspective has an impact on you, your perspective will have an impact on others. So they need to try to have a maybe middle of the road so you can see both sides of what's going on. It complicates life when you have a lot of negativity going on. It's also difficult to have relationships if you're always looking for the bad or seeing bad in people. So simply just make a switch and try to attempt to see what's going on from the other person's perspective. It make life so much easier. You may not feel like that it's bad, or a perspective could be bad or it could be good. But if you're a negative person and you tend to have people that don't want to be around you, you find that you're always by yourself, it could be because of this. It could be because they just don't like the fact that you've got all these negative vibes around you, and you might want to try to change it. And you may want to just realize that having a good perspective in life gives you an advantage. People like people that are happy or that are fun to be around and not always complaining and always looking and judging other people. It just makes you a more open and friendly person to be around when you've got positive vibes exuding from you. They also, it gives you a lot of reasons to be grateful and happy on a daily basis. And that's what life's all about. All of us want to be able to live a grateful, happy life. And we should strive to do that so that we can have a fulfilled life. Now, you can change your perspective, but it's going to be up to you. Do you want to change your perspective, or do you like to be disagreeable and having no friends and no mate? It's up to you. A couple suggestions that was offered in an article that I read was saying that you could stop complaining so much. People hate to hear you complaining all the time. When you start to complain, just try to bite your tongue. If you're trying to get away from all this negativity that's going on within you, and you see yourself about to complain about something, just kind of hold your tongue, just hold your mouth, do anything, put a cookie there. Just try to sit there and just listen. Listen to what the other person is saying. Really, truly, truly listen. And then just try to understand what it is that they're saying. What exactly is it that they're saying and how it differs from what you're thinking. And then you'll be surprised, when you start to look at other perspectives from other people's points of view, it really does help give you a different perspective. But you've got to take the time. You've got to listen, and you've got to listen like you really want to listen. And then secondly, consciously seek out happiness. I'm convinced that sometimes there are people that love being miserable and they just go out trying to make other people miserable and they don't even try to see if there's anything that makes them happy. If there's anything that makes you happy, do it more. You know, if you enjoy spa treatments, or if you enjoy going to the gym, or if you just love going out on those long, wonderful walks in the morning and talking to God, then put more happiness in your life. Because otherwise, if you don't, it just ends up that negativity that you've got, it just spreads like wildfire everywhere. So, and you don't want to do that. You want to exuberate happiness and joy and peacefulness in your life. Also, reduce some of the notes and postings that you put out on social media. You know, social media is not all good. It's got some wonderful attributes, but it's got a lot of negative things because the way you write something can be perceived completely different from the way the reader is looking at it. So then they'll write back something, and then you'll write back something else. And then before long, you've got this big negative battle going with social media. And people are starting to think that you're crazy. But if you're going to make responses when someone comments and it's a negative comment, make sure that your comments are positive and be mature and kind of lighthearted. You know, don't stay in that negative mode that they'll be responding back to you. The beautiful thing about perspective is that it's subject to change, and the decisions to alter it, it's all upon you. It's depending on what it is that you want from life. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to have lots of friends and great times and memories to look back on? Remember, life is all about perspective. So it's going to be here with us forever. Perspective is everything when you are experiencing challenges in life. And when you've got challenges going on more than ever, that's when you need to step back and listen and see both sides of the story. Because until you walk in someone else's shoes, you don't actually know how it feels. In closing, I'd just like to say, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. But if you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. Thanks so much for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again. Go out and make it a fabulous day. Be happy. Make somebody else happy. God's happy when you're happy. Remember the challenge. Get up in the mornings before you get out of bed. Make sure you thank God for waking you up and tell him it's going to be a great day. Have a great perspective. Look forward to seeing you the next time. Bye now.